So,
Ooh.
episode 4 today. Maybe a quick recap from episode 3 would be good. Anyone
Sure.
who want to
Yeah.
do this?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Last time when we had played, we had just finished up in the Black Cloaks hideout. We had killed the leader of that group, had talked with a couple of their people, and we brought them over to Jacob after we sorted through some of their stuff, basically. We ended up collecting some healing potions, some items, some nice fabrics and such, some silks, Pinzari silks, very nice for dresses, just saying. And while talking with Jacob, we introduced the two people that we brought with us. Lenny, the kind of do heavy lifting, and the other guy, I forget his name, but he was a kind of like an alchemist, and we were gonna put him to some work, basically.
Teo,
Thank you. Jacob, not really trusting them, was gonna vet them and sort them out, basically, see if we keep them or not. We did decide as a group that we wanted to reach out to the Lord that had contacted the Black Cloaks to have a hit out on us. That is in Cornthier. I did forget his name as well. I'm not good with names ever. Lucky.
oh
Zovril's.
shoot, so yeah, Thomas
Yeah.
Subros.
There we go. We did ask for him to meet us at a tavern, or more like a brunch place, restaurant. In the market square, we had one of our guys kind of hanging out front as well. And when we got there, we scoped it out ahead of time, finding a nice spot. We got there ahead of time, and while we're kind of looking around, we noticed there were some people who were watching us, presumably Zevros' people. Zevros arrives with a couple of guards, and we chat. We chat about a few things, why he put a hit out on us, why he was doing the Eclipse's dirty work. He owed them his life. So we kind of said that we're going to be able to handle them, and we're going to do our best to kind of deal with them. So if he's willing to give us any information about them, then he won't owe them a debt anymore. And that'll be kind of like his payment to, fuck off from hunting us in our own city. I don't believe we told him exactly that we're part of the Strangers Guild. I think we alluded towards it a little bit. We told him our names, and he told us also a little bit about where the magic dust kind of comes from, and how that is from, I believe it's Lancastle is the country that it was in.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got some important information on who we can deal with regarding either direction for the Eclipse or for the magical drugs, basically. After that, we decided to meet up with Jacob to let him know how it went, and that we decided we're going to be going off to Strixhaven to kind of deal with some things and get some things rolling. Most of that is going to be regarding time magic with Poppy. She really wants to get things cleared up with Strixhaven and not be on their bad side, and maybe work with them on figuring out how to get these rifts that are appearing all over the place closed up. On top of that, she wants her mentor to help with that research to try and get them on good terms. Arastelle wants to do some research on the blood ritual, meet with some of the heads of the school to figure out information about the blood ritual, and Zovril wants to figure out some stuff about the bloodline curse. So yeah, we went to the Twiggenberries in between there on our way there as a little fun thing, and we got a little messed up on some mimosas. It's got a barrel of them and spent a lot of money on it at the
It wasn't
spa.
just a barrel.
It was a giant barrel. It was a lot of
20-gallon barrel.
It was a barrel. It was a proper barrel of mimosa. We gave some to some strangers. We gave some to some nice old ladies who thought that Zovril was trying to hit them up.
Just Zovril?
Maybe Poppy too. Poppy wasn't, but it came off that way. We also went off to talk to these rough and tough looking guys, and they were into finances. They were, in a way, bankers, you could say, at this town. And if we ever needed help from them, let them know for banking reasons. And if they ever need help from the strangers, to reach out for quests and stuff like that. So Yeah, that was pretty much it. I believe at the twig and berries, we found out you don't fuck with the twig and berries. You don't. That was made pretty clear. And then we were on our way with no issues whatsoever. And there we go. Did I miss anything? Does anyone else have important notes to clarify on for me?
I don't think so.
I would say that the only things that I would include is that we are traveling with Priscilla and Nephile at this time.
Right.
I guess it pretty much sums it all. Last session was, I would say,
Spa day.
Yeah. Last session
was the beach episode.
Yeah, it was the
It
beach.
was.
It was the beach episode. It was free of problems, mostly, or the problems were silly like a barrel of mimosas. So
I don't see a problem.
different vibe. Problem. I see a problem with Kubu's cup. That's what I see.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that really stuck on there, huh?
So yeah, that's pretty much all there was. I would give Kubu 3/4 of an inspiration point because you did not remember any names.
I'm terrible. I will never remember names.
You're like, I went over the last session in my head
I
before
went over
this.
the
I can do
details.
it.
I will never give you guys accurate names. I won't.
I'll
I'm
need to
not good with NPCs.
I'll
You
need
know
to
what
call all the
would help you?
NPCs like
Truly-
Bob or
truly,
something.
I sometimes forget my mentor's name. I sometimes forget
What's-
Priscilla is the name.
What would help with that, Kuwu, is if you took notes.
Steel trap, yeah.
Nothing
Get
gets
it.
in, nothing gets out.
You're correct. So Kubu, you get your inspiration point for this, for the recap. Also,
Can I get an inspiration point too?
you get 1/4 of an inspiration point for helping
I'm
Kubu.
gonna write that down.
Yeah, at some
So
point maybe
once
you
those
get
quarters
you
add
get
up.
your full inspiration point from this.
I think I will.
Also, for those who
Once
do
those
not
numbers add
know,
up.
at the end of each session, I do ask the other players if there's something one of the other two players did that they liked, and depending on the votes, one of them gets an inspiration point for this session also. And I believe that this session's inspiration point goes to Ethan, goes to Zovril, because his two fellow partners decided to vote for him, because he ordered a barrel of mimosa and other things.
Yeah, that wasn't
That was not the
specifically.
reason. But
Well, that was actually my reason, but
Oh,
one of
was
the
your-
reasons.
Yeah.
I said that I'd give it to Ethan because of the 20-gallon barrel, but I also said it's because he puts up with Grimm's bullying.
I'll remember that part.
Fair.
Yeah, of course you don't remember that part.
I wouldn't say it's bullying. That's not how I see it.
Okay.
these inspirations that we got are going to expire at the end of this session, so that we're
Yes.
expected to use them at some point.
So players usually have a little more inspiration potential than in normal games. It's one of our
But my
house rules.
quarter of an inspiration keeps going, right?
Oh, you got it till the end of the session. So.
Did I get 3/4 during?
Yeah, you
session?
gotta find 3/4. Good luck with that.
Cool.
Because it's fun, I guess I'll let you have your quarter of inspiration. If we ever get to a point where you have a full inspiration from this, I mean,
Cool.
yeah, it'll be yours. So yeah, other than that, I guess we can start. Last time we ended up with you guys using the archway and finding yourselves on Strixhaven ground. I'm aware that I changed our background for the stream also to depict
Oh, fun.
Strixhaven ground instead of, I believe it was some woods.
Mhm.
We can see it that good because of the cameras, but yeah, it gives a little
I think
side
that's
of it.
great.
Gives a little look of it. So yeah, as I explained last time, you arrived at Strixhaven ground. Middle of the central courtyard, there's these giant arches that are hovering above you, above the school grounds themselves. You are surrounded by, you're essentially in the middle of what could be called a park, if that makes sense, as seen on the overlay. There's a statue and a fountain in the center of it. and you can see all of the Strixhaven buildings surrounding you all around the place. And the Biblioplex, which is the main building, stands in front of you, quite far away, but still in sight as you arrive. There are students there. I believe we had said that we were somewhere in June or June equivalent. So it's pretty much end of year for these students that are there. Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, obviously as you appear there, a lot of students are like clearly surprised, talking probably about who you are, things like that, as you appear. They kind of, none of them approaches you or anything, so you're just standing there in the middle of this courtyard, I guess, park. What do you do?
I think that we should probably head to the Biblioplex, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's where
where?
the administration is, at least.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Bobby,
Yeah.
obviously you have no idea what what they're talking about. Not haven't gone to Strixhaven before. Actually, the only two past students here are Zovril and Arastelle. So yeah, for all the both NPCs
Well,
with you
Priscilla-
and Poppy,
Unless she lied. Priscilla did say that she went to
She has,
Strixhaven.
it's been a while.
She has been here.
Yes. So your goal is to go to the Biblioplex first thing.
Mm-hmm.
As you head toward the Biblioplex, you are being, I would say, called out by a woman's voice that just calls, "Ah, it's the strangers!" Coming from your side, your left side.
Turning in that direction, who do we see?
Approaching you, you see someone that I believe you've only seen a few times, but I believe that Poppy and you, Arastelle, had both seen her before, met her before. It's Varen. She was part of the Goldwind Sentinels, which was one of the group at the chasm back then, and you've also met the rest of their group at the tournament when you went there. Obviously, Zovril was not at this tournament, so we haven't met her before. Varen is a elvish woman, about similar age as your group. Maybe a year or two older, but not that old. She's an elvish woman. She's a wizard. Last time you met her was at the tournament. You know that their group got out of the chasm after they had lost one of their members, fighting an Arwen, one of these 4 armed creatures, and it kinda told them that maybe it wasn't a place for them. So last time you saw them was just pure coincidence, I guess. So yeah, she's approaching you. She's waving at you. As she gets close, she will hug both of you, Arastelle and Poppy, if you let her, obviously.
Of course.
In a, I would say, playful way, like clearly a sort of greeting.
Yeah, Arastelle would kind of be taken aback by that, but I guess, sure.
Hi, it's good to see you.
It's great. It's been some months. How have you all been? And nice to meet you all. And she will look at Zovril and the 2 other person with the people with you, your group. What are you guys doing here?
Where are we going again?
To the Biblioplex.
Yeah, we're going there.
We wanted to do some research on some things. What are you doing here?
You can see by her clothing that she has Strixhaven clothing. She's got teacher's garb. So she looks much more professional, if that makes sense, than what she used to wear when she was adventuring. I guess I found a new vocation. I joined Strixhaven some months ago, about like 3 weeks. 3 weeks to a month. Time flies so fast. So yeah, I'm just trying something new.
What happened to the Cold Wind Sentinels?
We kind of broke up.
Oh.
I mean, adventuring maybe wasn't really for us after all. So, yeah, pretty much all the rest of the group they all went back to Silk Meadow. Didn't want to go back home, so and I felt like yeah, I felt like maybe Strixhaven would be a good place for me. By the way, I assume that you're walking toward
Sure.
the biblioplex.
So, what are you teaching then?
For now, I'm just like shadowing.
Okay.
I'm just shadowing a teacher. I guess I'm gonna be teaching first years. Starting next year. Like, the kids are now like taking their finals soon, so I'm not doing much. I'll be honest. Yeah, I hope I'll be able to do more because I don't know. I just feel like the place is so like old school. I mean, I don't know if you went here, but like it's just like learning stuff, and then you go out there and back in the world, and like you don't get much support, and it's not like you don't feel like you've learned anything important really, and like unless you're in Laurel or Silverquill, you kind of have to find your own way.
Is that really how it goes? Like, there's some stuff.
I mean, I
Yeah.
was able to find work, but it's true that Strixhaven didn't necessarily help you find work.
Yeah, like
They don't.
Laurel and Silverquill, they kind of learn like a bunch of political things and how to be good salesman and things like that. They all end up in like politics or like good positions and things like that. And like the best ones I know are getting like placed there. Like, but yeah, if you're like in Gwendrix, good luck.
What's that?
Well, from my understanding, Quandrix deals with other dimensions.
Like where that demon was from, like that type of stuff? And
Yeah,
like that. Okay. Yeah.
Quandrix are the people that make the crystals for teleportation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
other kids kind of call them like dorks.
Yeah.
Like they're good
Well,
at.
I mean-
They learn a lot
Oh.
about maths, the arcane, things like that. They're probably like the best wizards you can have, but I mean, yeah, they don't get much support
So-
past that.
Out of curiosity, how would you hope Strixhaven would function if you want some change here?
I don't know, just offer better, help the students more, maybe a more close approach with the kids. I mean, they deserve more than like, I don't know, like, I remember that some of my teachers, they were very distant, like they would just do their things, and if you had questions, could go to them, but ugh, I don't know, I just hope I can offer more.
That's fair.
I think coming from adventuring, it would give you a different perspective, which would be helpful.
Exactly. Also, like, I don't know if you went to the chasm, but like, ugh, Jetmir, he just like, he did not give a shit. Like he just did his work, he did his research, and that's it. Like when we lost someone, like he gave us 20 gold and told us that was it. Like Strixhaven thanks us. Like that's so crass. Never liked him.
That is really awful.
I mean,
They do seem kind of detached from reality a little bit.
maybe. I mean, he's a little mouse. He don't see the world the same way we do. I guess.
I don't know if I would go that far.
And what brings you all here again?
Research.
Research. I guess you'll find everything you need.
Yeah. We helped Strixhaven a while back, and one of the things that we asked for was access to the Biblioplex's library, so here we are.
You think they'll give them to you?
They agreed already.
Well, if you need any help, I've got plenty of time right now. Like, all the
Sure.
teachers I'm shadowing, I mean, out of their classes, not much going on, so. The finals haven't started yet, so I got plenty of free time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go to Warholt College, or?
Oh, no, never.
So, which college did you go to?
I went to Quendrix.
Oh,
I too am I'm also a dork.
why didn't you just answer Poppy when Poppy asked what Quandrix was then?
Well, I mean, you were already, like, answering. I didn't want to stop you.
Was I right?
Yeah, mostly. It's mostly mathematics and the arcane and the art of the runes. We use, I mean, I did make some of these crystals for teleportation. The one you used to get here.
From the
It's
village?
a little more than that, but it's mostly that physics.
Hmm.
So you got a lot of numbers. A lot. There's a lot of theories and things like that. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of brain work. Can get you dizzy. Kind of shrug
So
it
you
off a little.
definitely know your way around the library then?
Huh?
So you definitely know your way around the library then?
I slept more often than I can count, and I do count well. I mean, it's one of my skill. But yeah, you do sleep at the library a lot. That is, if you like to read. And
You must have been there a lot, Arastelle.
Yeah, I didn't realize that this was a Quandrix thing specifically, but yeah.
anyway,
I mean,
we here. So again, if you ever need me, I guess you can just find me in the teachers' building. I don't get the chance to have like my own place right now, so I just got like a small room. But yeah,
Okay.
so feel free to pass by.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Great to see you all. She will hug you again. Bye bye, and she will scoot away.
What is? I was gonna say Veyron, but I would not call her by her last name.
Varen is actually her name.
Last.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's her last name.
I don't think
because
it is.
we call her Professor Veyron
Mhm.
in Strixhaven. That's her last name.
I'm pretty
That's why the
sure.
name sounds so familiar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
is her first name actually.
As students were calling her first name, I had no idea. Okay. All right. I'll
Hey,
accept.
she's the how do you do fellow kids meme.
Yeah.
You can call me by
she's
my first
hip
name.
with the kids. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's her first name. That's how I introduced her when she was with the Coldwind Sentinels. And we never
Got it.
really talked about it for the Strixhaven. But yes, this name do sound similar for the two of you because she is one of your teacher in the other campaign.
She's a teacher at Strixhaven. Go
She-
figure.
She is a teacher at Strixhaven. Surprise, surprise.
Q was connecting the dots.
Yeah. I do remember this name.
Man, I wish I would have connected the dots when I first met her.
Huh. So yeah, you are at the Biblioplex. It is a gigantic circular dome-shaped building. It has, I believe it has 4-story, three of them being library, books, The first one is open and available to everyone. The second and third floor are locked and only available to second and third year students. And even some of these, some of the places in the library are locked to teachers only, or even just administration staff only. So you don't have access to the whole place and all the knowledge that it can offer. The Biblioplex is home of pretty much all Strixhaven knowledge in a way or another. It's mostly works and papers that have been written by mages and students that had been to Strixhaven before. So a lot of it has been written by scholars. There's a lot of students there. The finals are coming up, so obviously the place is packed. Most of the students are studying because, well, they're good students, I guess. Obviously. You find yourselves in this very ancient place. For two of you, it kinda
Feels like home.
yeah, it feels like home. Feels like home. A lot of memories coming back of your 3 years at Strixhaven. A lot of time passed there. Like, even though I just said that only that Quendrix are dorks, you don't go through Strixhaven without by slacking off essentially. So, whatever school you're in, you will end up at Strixhaven. You will end up at the Biblioplex more often than not. As you enter the place, you are greeted by tall, slim women, about 6 foot tall, raven black hair. She's got dark robes on, dark and purple robes. She is standing maybe 10 meters away from you, but facing you. Perfect timing as you enter the place, look around, and you can see her in front of you. With her, I believe that for you guys, it's the first time you interact with her. But she has this sort of like resting, sort of stoic expression, no smile. And she will just tell you, all 5 of you, my office now. And she will.
Sorry?
She will not repeat. You
Do I recognize this person?
You do recognize this person. The last time
Yeah.
and the only time you've seen her, I believe, she
Yeah.
was in a sort of, I would say, stasis, meditative state,
Yeah.
in the center of the biblioplex on the 4th floor. She did not see you at this moment. She was, as I said, she was like meditating. But you do know who it is.
Was she a Witherbloom professor?
Huh?
Was she a Witherbloom professor?
She was.
I believe it's Silverquill, actually.
Oh, is it?
She was both teaching for Silverquill and Witherbloom.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which is unusual for a teacher.
Would I recognize her, or is it possible that
I don't believe that you had her as a teacher. She is quite new at Strixhaven, actually.
Okay. Okay.
So she wasn't a teacher yet when you were there.
Perfect.
When she says that, she does not repeat. You see on both sides of the door automatons, Strixhaven automatons. Usually Strixhaven have robots, magical robots, just taking care of like the cutting the grass, cleaning the windows, things like that. But they do have, from time to time, they do need them for security. And you see 2 of them kind of move a step forward towards you.
What is going on right now?
I have no idea. I mean, I guess we follow, right?
I don't want to follow her.
You can see these two like old king automatons just approaching you. One of them will literally like nudge you, one of you in the back. Probably Zovril.
I mean, if we want to do the research, I think going to have to. I'll start walking.
I'm gonna send a message to Losheel.
Sure. What do you say?
We're at the Biblioplex. I think Onyx is being very aggressive, and we don't know what's going on. Are you here?
I'm already in our office. You should join us.
Okay. Well, I guess I wouldn't respond, but okay. Oh, really? That Losheel is waiting in Onyx's office.
That's more comforting.
Hmm. Yeah, I trust him a lot more than I trust her.
Priscilla will just say, "Well, that's quite the welcoming party we get there." She's gonna like whisper this to Poppy.
Hmm?
Do you follow Onyx?
Yeah.
Good. She will be leading you toward the second floor on the other side of the building. You will be escorted into an office on the second floor. As Strixhaven students, you know that this is where the administration offices are. This is where Losheel, Arkin, and whoever's the Oracle at the moment have their office usually. You are pushed, I would say, into Onyx's office, where she is taking place behind her desk. Losheel is sitting on the side on the chair. He seems to be smoking something through his wooden pipe, waiting for you. As you enter, the door closes behind you. The automatons do not fit in this door, so they stay out.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a silence as Onyx looks at all of you, though she'll not saying anything.
Do we get like any sort of like? Obviously, she's been aggressive, but is she like seem angry? Is she just kind of one of those people that has this kind of tone?
Um, yeah, I don't think you will know, but yeah, she looks. Yeah, she looks like she's got this kind of face, yeah.
Gotcha.
Not very smiley at all. She'll just say, "You can all take a seat." And as she says that, you'll see like magical chair appear in the room.
I'll sit down.
The last time you've passed through, we'll say Onyx, you've made a disaster of us.
Did something happen with the urn?
The urn. Ah, yes, the urn. Nothing problematic. What happened, what's troublesome was what you did. And she will point at you.
You who?
Arastelle, obviously.
Okay,
Sorry. Because Arastelle said something, I assumed that.
fair enough.
We are, she will look at Losheel, curious as to the why you've disturbed the ritual.
Arastelle would kind of look between Onyx and Losheel being very calculative on how to share this. And with Priscilla and Nephilim in this room too, this sucks.
Anything?
I was instructed to, for a greater purpose, and I didn't know what was actually going to happen when I followed through.
That's your defense. You know what was happening at the moment, correct?
I think I told Losheel specifically why we came. I'll look to Losheel to see if he had actually told Onyx what I had said to Losheel.
Losheel will simply say, I do not remember encouraging stealthing your way toward the fourth floor.
But you know why I needed to do it.
Feel free to tell the room.
I don't want to tell the room.
Onyx will say, why are you here again? All of you. Two old students,
We need to
two
use the
outlaws, and a friend, I guess.
We're here for research.
Why should we open our gates to you if you can't even be honest with us? If it
Because
was
we're part of the strangers, and we made an agreement as part of the strangers to be allowed to use the biblioplex because we took care of Sheree.
if it was up to me, you will be shackled, punished for what you did.
I don't even know what I did. Can you shed some light?
And
Your
what ritual are you talking about?
your reckless, stupid intervention disrupted years and years and years of Strixhaven rituals and work all around the plane. Vaults unsealed, creatures back on Arcavios that shouldn't be there.
From where?
Gods know. Your
Are we talking?
disruption broke thousands of rituals.
But are we talking about Tadalpor or other places?
Many
Because
places. Many problems.
I did that to stop Dalcor's interference on this plane.
And I guess we can thank you for that. Doesn't change the fact that a lot of other problems have arisen since. All linking back to this moment.
What's happened?
Countless troubles. Troubles will need to wipe and sweep off Arcavios for the years to come.
I don't understand.
I will simply ask again. Feel free to share and show us that we can trust you. Because right now, Losheel do trust you and the strangers, but I don't. I've been here for a very short time and I see no reason why you should have any access to our grounds.
Embel asked me to. I don't know why Embel would want to interrupt protections to this world. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not sure what that means.
You can say that she looked slightly phased when you said that. This is the honest truth.
She was the one who was able to give me the strength in order to fight the corruption on the currents that the strangers just defeated.
Okay. I will urge you to not deal with Hembel if the chance would arise again.
Why do you say that?
You've been manipulated, obviously, and the aftermath is gonna cost us all. I hope that you won't be played with again.
What?
Why would Embel do that?
I do not have the answer for that. She probably had her reason. A lot of our seals had been placed on some of her temple. Maybe this will be it.
That can't be true. How do you know that there isn't another reason that's more important? How do you know that I was manipulated?
I am the Oracle. I am the central point of all currents. I know them.
So does that mean like Empel's like really bad then? Is that what she does?
I guess she saw in you a power that could be used. I'm sorry it happened. But she obviously did respect our part of the bargain as, well, you got what you needed. I'm sorry it had to happen.
So
She doesn't have anything to respond with.
that aside, does that mean we're allowed to do research as the strangers then?
I'll have to think about it. I'll have to speak with Harkin and Losheel. I'm glad that you could open up to us.
we're here for a few different types of research. And part of that has to do with us being outlaws, as you put it.
Go on,
I'm
child.
I'm hoping that we can figure out a way to stop the issues with time magic together. And do research together to figure that out in like a controlled way.
What is there to solve? The magic is
Well,
out of my purview.
right.
There's no place for me.
Okay. It's not connected to the currents, right? And maybe there's a way to connect it to the currents so that way it doesn't cause issues for people.
What is your name?
Poppy, nice to meet you.
She would not answer, by the way. For now, I do not grant you and your party access to the biblioplex. You can stay on the streams on Strixhaven grounds. I would talk with the others and see what we can offer you. That would be all. And you hear like the door of her office like creak open slowly.
If you know them, then why would Edgar tell me to go speak with Embol?
Embol is a very powerful occurrence. She can offer more than the others. But she gives, but she also takes. Nothing is ever free.
Can't believe he knew that this was going to happen.
Losheel, can you please escort them outside? We'll talk later.
Arastelle would leave even before Losheel.
We'll be waiting. Thank you. Come on, let's go.
Losheel will escort you out still. You will just say, I'm sorry for what happened. And, Onyx is still adapting to the Oracle. She hasn't been herself since. She's having a lot of trouble adapting. She used to smile much more before. You can do a chuckle as he says that.
But I guess. I don't know, I'm still confused. Why Edgar and Embol would do that. It doesn't add up.
I don't think I'm in the loop on all of this. What did Embol ask you to do, Arastelle?
She asked me to connect with the currents at the point of the Oracle. And when we came to deliver that urn that we thought was holding Sheree, I snuck in during the ritual because it was going to be several days long and we just didn't have the time before the corruption hit. And it had a lasting downside, I guess, where a shockwave went out amongst the currents. But Emble seemed really happy and thanked me. And that's when she gave me the powers that I have.
That's honey. Okay.
I mean, you had to do this to stop the corruption, though. That's not an insignificant thing. I feel like manipulation might be harsh for what that was. Even if there is a give and take with it. I mean, that was going to consume Arcavios.
I just don't understand why Emble would want those rituals to be disturbed. Those rituals are protecting the gods too, no?
Maybe Emble knew the risk and thought it was worth it. As to why they wouldn't tell you that. Why she wouldn't tell you that, I guess. Maybe it was to try to not burden you with it, but I mean, I guess well that it was manipulative, but I don't know. I feel like what we had to do was of the utmost importance, and I guess obviously we don't know the extent of what's happened since, but it seems hard to fathom that all of these rituals and everything would add up to what we were dealing with.
Losheel, what kind of creatures has Strixhaven found coming into this world?
As of right now, we've started looking around and replacing old rituals that have been broken. The silver lining is that a lot of them had been logged in the past. So by pilfering through the archives, we were able to find a lot of them and just replace a lot of the seals as of now. We're talking vaults, crypts, ancient domain that we did have expedition in the past with the students or things like that we deemed too dangerous. Some of them, whatever was inside or whatever was held there, had been stolen or left the place already. So I'm afraid that some work will be needed in the futures. The strangers might be of use to Strixhaven more than they ever were. So we'll see how this goes. Right now we have a group under our wing called the Wardens that are doing the dirty work for us, but we do not know how long it'll last. let's just say that they're slightly greedy. So we'll see how it goes. We're fully aware of what you and the strangers accomplished for Arcavians. As I said, Onyx, her behavior is... She's not quite herself, and she has a lot of trouble meshing things up with the Oracle, and trying to be herself at the same time. She'll get through it, but now I will talk with her. I'll try to convince her to be, well, clement with you, I guess. I'll also speak with Arkin. She is right now in Silk Meadow. She's got a lot of work there. She's trying to find someone to replace Larkindale. So she's taking his role till then, but we'll be able to communicate with her. Again, with what you've accomplished there, I'm pretty sure she will speak positively of you and the strangers to Ardonyx.
I'm sure the strangers will help out with cleaning things up too. Especially because we don't ever mean to cause trouble. So indirect issues that were brought on by our actions can help out.
I'm pretty sure that your guild will gladly accept our plea of help. It do get there. Also, I do not think we've had the pleasure.
My name's Poppy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. He will shake your hand.
Mhm.
You've never been here before, I believe. You do not
No.
look like... Don't look it like any student I've ever met.
Nope. I am self-taught, I guess.
Well, good for you. If you're able to learn by yourself, magic is quite a beast to tame. So.
Oh yes.
He will also introduce himself to Priscilla and Nephile. Pretty much the same thing. The same, like, you never seen them before, so he very much understands they're probably not students here. They were not students here before. So, I guess you can, well, do you have any place to stay?
No, I don't believe so.
I can probably find you some quarters if you want.
Sure.
That'd be appreciated.
Good.
Otherwise, if we're not welcome, obviously we can go stay at the village. That's either.
Well, there's always a tavern on the other side of the chasm, back in Astoria, but I'm pretty sure we've got some rooms that are free here. If
Okay.
you don't mind sharing the same buildings as some students.
That'll be okay.
Perfect. I'll make sure to get someone to show you around if need be. I'll go and meet with Onyx again.
Losheel, I wanted to speak with you most of all coming to Strixhaven. I scryed on a blood ritual that seemed really awful. And I was attacked by a really powerful spell. I'm worried that it might be Kanzar. Do you know of anything about this blood ritual? It was a circle of current born, and they were all unconscious or surrounded by a crystal.
Kanzar has always been troublesome in its own way, but he knew the limits of what he could achieve, or what he should achieve with blood magic. You may be aware that he will look at Priscilla and Poppy here. You may be aware that some magics are highly forbidden by Strixhaven. Obviously, from time to time there is some favoritism. Genzar had this going for him, same for Larkingdale. But they still had limits they had to follow. I will look through. I do have some books about blood magic. I can look through them if this can help. I haven't seen Kanzar for some years now. I wouldn't put it past him to do a lot of awful things, but I could not say. It is not something that he ever did before, or that I've ever seen.
So there's someone else that powerful doing something like this out there somewhere?
I hope not. I really hope not.
I'll pull out my notebook, well, my spell book, and sift through the pages to the drawing that I made of what I saw in the scry, and share it with Losheel so that he can get a good image of what I had seen.
He will conjure a piece of parchment and kind of a quill and ink, and you'll see the quill kind of try to replicate your drawing. It's not as good, weirdly enough. It's not a perfect copy, but it's close enough.
Not AI in this
It's not it's not AI. Actually, Losheel will
as
even
close as we'll get.
Yeah, well, Losheel will even say, well, this spell is fantastic, but it still uses its conjurer's ability to draw. So I'm sorry, it never was my forte. And yeah, it looks very rough around the edges.
I think as long as you have an idea of what it looks like, that'll help your research.
I will look it up, and I will try to communicate with Kenzar. I haven't spoken with him in years, so.
I actually was planning on reaching out to him as well, student. Do you know anywhere that I can get ascending? Like, oh wait, or Arastelle, are you able to reach out for me? To Varkrim?
I can, yeah. I met Varkrim, but I wouldn't be able to do it for cancer, I don't think.
Well, just, I'm trying to reach out to Varkrim, but I'm worried that what Horizon did to Priscilla is maybe what someone did also to get, like, maybe that kind of power. Maybe they took something from him.
Sure, I can send him a message. What do you want me to say?
Just checking in to see if you've interacted with someone named Horizon. They're dangerous and took out Priscilla. Kanzar would know her. Poppy is concerned. Did you say that?
Was that 25 words?
That was 25 words. I was counting it out.
Damn, nice job.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I'll say those exact words then. I'll relay the message through sending.
So you are sending this to Vark, yours.
Varkrim, yeah.
To the student. All right. Yeah, I believe you met him before the tournament too, right? correct?
Vargrim? I knew him from the tournament, but I don't think Arastelle actually met the, Vargrim's master person
Ansar and
because
Varkram were together
Yeah,
throughout the
they were
entire.
both there.
they weren't though because Vargrim was in the tournament and Kanzar was on the side.
No, he was in. He was fighting alongside him. They were both flying up in the air the entire time. Yeah.
Kanzar was in the tournament?
He was there with someone, yeah.
Are we sure
Short
about this?
Yeah, because I approached
I
him.
do
and-
not remember seeing the goblin in the arena.
It was not
Yeah.
in the arena.
What?
Yeah, there's
he
no
was.
way.
You met them before the tournament.
Oh, I swore that he was flying in the air with the goblin, just watching me get messed up.
He wasn't. No. Vark was. No, but actually,
I swear, both of them were just watching me after they took care of their own people, and then I flipped and was like, "Hey guys."
Actually, I think you are correct.
I'm
I
pretty
think that-
sure.
yeah.
I'm
That
pretty
is
sure they worked
wild
together.
to me
Yeah.
that Vargrim was competing in that tournament.
Yeah.
Everyone can go in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in, and they both just kind of did their own thing. And you
Mhm.
met them on the phase 1. They didn't do much phase 2, I believe, and yeah, didn't see them at phase during the last event.
How does Varkram respond?
Only honestly, we talked so much that I kind of forgot what was the message.
Basically, Poppy's concerned about like Horizon approaching them because she killed Priscilla,
Mhm.
and wants to know if they're okay if they've interacted with her or seen her.
He will say that I will say, my master and I, counting the words, my master and I are both aware of Horizon. We're trying to locate her and keep her in check. Thanks for your worries. Hope you're doing well. Something along these lines.
Hmm.
I think it's
I knew
around
that they-
20 to 25.
I knew they were friends. Okay, that's good. Good. Okay, that makes me feel better.
What's funny is that was supposed to be towards Arastelle, and I did not listen to a thing that Script said. So, oops. But I'll relay the message like I was listening.
Yeah.
Arastelle
Hold on, I've
just
got
opened
some
And
it.
I
Stand by,
thought I
real
was in
quick.
the wrong for asking again.
And, oh no, you weren't in the wrong. I thought it was funny because it's so accurate. I completely forgot what Ku had said.
Well, ma'am, you can remove your 1/4 of an inspiration point. I don't think you deserve it after all.
All right, I guess I'll tear
That's
up my
hilarious.
1/4 inspiration point.
That's hilarious.
I was trying to see my notes because I still don't believe that dude was in the tournament with us.
I swear he was.
Look at his little goblin smirk. Like,
I
oh,
remember
He's
him being
cool.
in the plaza, but not in
And
the
he was in
tournament.
the alley. He was in the alleyway of the plaza. And then yeah, I swear that he was in the because I remember they were both just like looking down at me while I was getting my shit rocked, and then I flew up to them afterwards.
So, Losheel, now that the drawing is done, I will simply tell you, I'll have someone lead you to your quarters and find some good place for you. I'll look through
Okay.
this. You will kind of point to the parchment, and I can't promise anything with Onyx, but I'll do my best. Whatever reasons you have to need these, well, to look through our books, I trust you enough to know that it's probably not just for fun. Well, at the same time, looking through books can be fun, so maybe, but judging by your frown, I assume it's not the case.
I was never a book person, but I'm here with that to help. Yeah.
Lots going on right now.
I assume so. Well, I'll be on my way. The sooner the better.
Thanks, we appreciate it.
Pleasure's mine, Zovril. Actually, think about it. I don't remember your character's last name, but I assume Losheel would probably call him by his last name instead.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's Valren. Vylren.
Valorant,
why we
like
should-
the FPS.
Vylren.
Valorant.
That's sus. Veyron Valorant.
Yeah, if you can type it down, it's your turn to
Yeah.
type names down.
Whoops. Oh, that's not...
This is
Oh.
why having our last names on the overlay would help.
It would.
I'd have to come up with a last name.
Mimosa.
No, it's not Mimosa. Get out of here.
No.
Poppy Mimosa.
Poppy's just like Cher. Like you just have Poppy.
It's just Poppy.
I was thinking that
That's actually not Poppy's real name.
I was thinking that it's kind of makes sense that some people just don't have last names and just come up with one that you want, but can't.
I think it would just be Poppy of Meardholden, like just a
Yeah.
village name.
I
Like,
assume
that's
Yeah.
probably
some
what she would go
people
by.
lower
fairies in
lower
general.
stature wouldn't have last name, maybe.
Yeah, so yeah, I was actually thinking that as well, but I didn't know what your town name was.
Yeah.
So yeah, you will call you Mr. Vilren, and not Zovril. And he will head back into the Biblioplex.
That could have gone better. Are you okay, Arastelle?
I don't know. I don't understand how the gods could do something like this.
Well, I hate to say this, but Belahit kind of abandoned Zovril. Gnorth kind of used Chase in a way. Emble manipulated you, apparently.
How did Gnorth use Chase?
Isn't that what he always kind of said? And he kind of like made up with them or something. I don't know. I just kept hearing mumblings whenever I passed by the bar, and he was.
Yeah, I don't remember him ever talking about that.
He always talked about how he hated Good North, and then like all of a sudden it changed. I don't know.
Not since I've been in the guild.
Oh, weird rumors. But
And-
yeah, that's
We don't actually know why Belahit did that to Zovril. I've been wanting Zovril to try and speak with Belahit. This is
I mean, I'm definitely upset with Belahit right now. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that conversation, but I mean, at the very least, even if it was a long time ago, I mean, I've blood curse that's been killing my family for hundreds of years. That was set upon by the gods. Thanks a lot, Corvus. So, I mean,
Maybe-
I don't know.
maybe the gods are just kind of assholes, but give us everything that we need at the same time. Kind of.
Well, it's got to be. I mean, you guys have met my father. He's about as optimistic as it gets about the gods, and I don't know if it gets any more pessimistic about the gods than I am. And recently, I guess it could just be somewhere in the middle, but I don't know. I just feel like even if you were manipulated, Arastelle, and Emble knew what this was doing, like what we were accomplishing and what you did and what you gave up to stop the corruption. It's just not as simple as you being manipulated by Emble for nothing to create all this trouble. I know it's gonna be hard to have that all thrown onto you at once, but I mean, you've given up more than probably any of these people, including probably Onyx, have given up ever in their lifetime combined, just to stop one thing. And if this is one of the ways that we had to get to that point, then I don't know. It's just not as simple as what Onyx was making it seem.
It's a lot to take in. I might try to speak with Edgar. Get his or their perspective on this.
Do you want to do that alone?
Probably.
You can hear a sudden hello coming from beyond y'all. Sounds very positive and upbeat. As you turn around, you can see a little like square box with small legs, small arms. Looks like a robot more than anything. It has like a tool belt around this square box that, like a little like SpongeBob, like you don't know where his pants kind of start, where the bottom and top of his body are. So he's got like a tool belt at a place with a bunch of like gardening tools in it, and it will just go around like shaking all of your hands one after the other.
Oh, you look fun.
How you doing? I was asked to find you a home.
Just a room. We don't need a home.
A room's a home. A home's a room. It's all the same for me.
Sure.
You must be Poppy.
Yes. How do you know?
I was told you were smallest.
Ah, okay.
And you must be Arastelle, as he goes to Nephele.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And then he goes to Arastelle and goes, and you must also be Arastelle, as he shakes your hand. I wasn't told there was two of you.
I'm Arastelle. That's Nephele.
Well, that is one confusing problem.
Do we really look that similar?
It is not my place to judge. And greetings, Zovril. And he will shake your hand with his robotic arm.
I feel like Zovril's like a little bit put off by this like obnoxious amount of like optimistic, like gleeful behavior
It has to be for Zovril, yeah.
by somebody he doesn't know.
He's like, back off.
Push it on the ground.
Yeah,
Don't touch me.
push my hair over my face.
I do remember some some of your faces as he's still like old Zovril's end.
I'm like trying to like pull it out.
And he ends up with Priscilla. And you are Priscilla. The group is all there. Please follow me. He will just like 100 degree and start walking.
Wow. Isn't he just fun?
I hope I did not interrupt anything important. It seemed like you needed some little upbeat in your life.
Always.
How about a 3? And he kind of opens up his front, and he's got like a bonsai 3 sculpted into like a bird. Closes it. Made by Strixhaven's best. He gives you to Poppy. He gives it to Poppy, but like the tree and like the pot is probably a little too big for Poppy to handle.
just drops down to the ground.
What, do you want some help, Poppy?
Yeah.
Well, I'll carry it.
I hope you are having a good time here.
As good as we can.
We'll head toward like the students, first year students' quarters, like building.
Arastelle, which room did you stay in?
Well, it was in the women's dorm. Which dorm are we going to?
We're going to the first year students' dorm. Women's usually are on the first floor, and men on the second floor.
So, first floor.
Sorry, Zovril. Looks like you're not staying with us.
That's okay.
You will need to be separated from your group. Strixhaven is truly sorry for that.
I'm sure.
But you have the opportunity to have a room all by yourself.
Nice.
And by opportunity, I mean, we'll make sure that you do not share a room with a student.
Fair.
Should we pass through the gardens before we head there? A tour, if you want.
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Great! You'll see our marvelous works. You will stop going straight 100 degree and like go through the main courtyard toward some like exquisite rich like gardens. And hey,
Wow,
you
do you
can
like-
just
do you
show
do
you
these?
around, give you a tour of the place, tell you like the actual things that he did take care of, the actual plants and trees and bushes that he carved and things like that. A lot of them are carved like animals, obviously. Yeah, he seems very proud of his work for an automaton.
Quite artistic.
I was made by Strixhaven's best, Prismari College.
What's that? Again? I'm sorry, I forget there's so many. There's like 6.
No, there's not. And I went to Prismari, Poppy.
Oh, that's right. That's the art one.
Yes.
Got it. Sorry. How many are there again?
Insert number.
Wow! Can't
I
even
think
name them all?
4, but maybe 5 because I can't remember the last one that nobody likes.
That nobody likes?
I think it was Condrix.
You've got Silver Quill, where the douchebags are. Laurel, where the jocks are.
Excuse you, Copper graduated from Silver Quill, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's where all the douchebags go.
No. Okay.
Where did you go, Zovril?
Witherbloom.
Witherbloom is where all the emo goes.
The hippies.
Explains the brooding. Prismary is the equivalent of like, What's
For college.
I'm trying to remember the Harry Potter one. Awful Puff.
Silver Quill? Oh. Wait, which one is Prismari? You said?
Marty?
Really? I was thinking Lorehold.
No,
What?
I'm
It's
just,
literally just a place for history.
Lorehold
like,
is the jocks.
the jocks.
Yeah.
What?
Lorehold is the jocks. Obviously, I'm making this like very simple, but like by the lore, Lorehold is all about like history, but it's all about military, sports, action stuff, things like that.
Oh.
So
I
you've
forgot
got
about that.
you've got the jocks there who loves history for a reason.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously I am making things more simple than they are, just for real life equivalents.
Yeah,
But-
so there's 5.
Yeah, there's 5 college.
Bobby.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm learning. I'm remembering these things now.
Yeah, he goes through the place, shows you a lot of different things, and at some point you end up back to the first year dorms. Be careful, there are stairs, and he goes up the stairs. Like one stair at a time. Not very mobile as a automaton.
Mm-hmm. He's doing his best.
He's doing his best. On the first floor, he will show you 2 rooms. All rooms are separated for 2 people. So, I assume probably Priscilla and Poppy will be together and Nephilim will be with Arastelle or something like that.
Probably.
So yeah, you are offered 2 very similar rooms. There is nothing no personal item in there, so they're very barren. Beside a bed, a study, so we can actually do some work, and that's pretty much all there is there. Home sweet home.
Thank you.
Take note that you will find the broom in the broom closet, and make sure that when you leave this room, it's all clean.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
And to the second floor we go. Follow me.
How's that, bro?
He gets to like a sort of like a sort of staircase with a like halfway floor.
Mhm.
How do we
Like
call
a
that?
landing? Is that what it's called?
Is it a landing? Like
A stairwell landing. Yeah.
it will be? Okay. So and he goes, so we can get faster. Would you mind maybe picking me up? And he will lift his 2 arms.
Oh.
Sure.
Strixhaven is grateful. Yeah, you pick him up. He will show you your room on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
He will show you your room. He will stand in the doorway. You've got a very big room for a very big man. So feel free to use it all if you want. Nobody else will come here. As he talks to you, he's in the doorway, and you can see a wolf walk and pass by behind him from left to right. You do recognize Valerian just passing through. Well, if there's anything, you can find me in the gardens. Have a great day. And he will just like 100 degree and start leaving. You'll hear him like go down the stair, 1 stair at a time, and you'll hear like a dong,
And then
dong, dong as he goes down.
Oh.
Very slowly.
Okay. Is this gonna be sufficient, Valerian, for you to behave? Got enough room in here to wander around?
You get no answers.
Great.
You got a very big room. You're sharing it. But yeah, no answer from your roommate.
Classic college experience.
This is actually less toxic,
Yeah, it's better this way.
and he's literally like consuming my soul. So
Prefer this over an actual roommate. Yeah. Ethan had very, very bad college experiences.
Apparently,
Yeah.
if soul consuming is less toxic.
Just once.
Than whatever his roommate was doing. He was
That's
a,
a story for another time.
he was a
Okay.
Satanist. He was playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh no!
Oh no! How
The
could
worst.
he?
I guess once we get settled in with whatever bag we brought, I mean it's still like midday, right? Like
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah, I want to go back
Oh,
to the biblioplex.
You also had a
What?
card that
Yeah.
I assume is probably near the biblioplex still.
oh yeah. Or do,
Wait,
would
oh.
we have
yeah.
left it in Astoria? Like would we have like
Yeah, would have
Left it in the
probably
No, we
Probably
could
moved
have
it.
brought
Yeah,
it.
okay? I think I'd have a stable here or something, right?
That's. I thought we did go to a stable with it.
I assume it's
Right.
probably closed. Like the cart itself is probably right by the door of the dorm or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it's still midday, so if you want to
Okay.
do something, there's plenty of time.
Priscilla, how you feeling?
She will like sit on one of the bed. She'll look around and be like, "Yeah, it does. It haven't changed at all. it's the same.
So you did come here, right?
Yeah, I did.
What did you study when you were here?
I was with Witherbloom.
Okay. Did you have to hide your time magic, or did you like study it on while you were here?
Yeah, it's just that I was. She will stand up. The rooms all have 2 closets. She will open the one on her side of the room, and she'll just go. Yeah, back then I could easily fit there, so I used to like hide and study things that, well, the school wouldn't teach me. But yeah,
Were you kicked out, or did you graduate?
I did graduate.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a full-fledged member of the Grand Strixhaven family.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you want to do? Do you want to, I don't know, wait until we find out if we're able to go to the Bibliopex, or is there anything you want to check out while you're here?
Well, I mean, we got plenty of time on us. This Onyx lady, she seemed nice. She'll say like, her eyebrows going up, clearly not thinking it. If we do have access to the biblioplex, that would be great. I'll be honest, I haven't really looked through these books for so long, so that would be refreshing. Other than that, I told you, I think it was yesterday, on our trip, there's a rift that we should check out up north.
That's close by?
I wouldn't say that, no.
Oh.
It's about half a day's march. I know it's quite north.
Okay. Well, depending on like what everyone wants to do, like if they're going to be doing some research here, and if Strixhaven isn't really willing to work with us on those types of things for researching the closing of like rifts and stuff like that in a more sustainable way, then yeah, we could like probably do that today or tomorrow, maybe.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I think we definitely should go.
Okay. I mean, I'm down. Figure out a better way than throwing myself into a rift to close it.
Yeah, no, we'll try to not do that, no. We'll try to make sure this doesn't happen. And for the rifts, plural, like
Rifts?
rifts.
Multiple?
Probably.
Multiple? Wait,
Well,
from like
I
from you?
I couldn't really practice time magic here.
Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah, a lot of it was kind of done away from
So-
prying eyes.
What happens if somebody who isn't able to see the rifts, like walks by one or walks near one or like happens to directly walk through one without knowing it's there?
If it's small, nothing. Like maybe a slight cut or like aging or de-aging. For most people, they probably wouldn't notice. Like, oh, I've got a little scratch there now. Okay. If they're big enough, though. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try
Okay.
to not get there.
How close can one person walk up to it?
If they're very big, they do have a sort of
Pull?
pull to them.
Yeah, I experienced that.
But yeah, they gotta be quite big for that.
Okay.
Okay. The one in Silk Meadow, I just fought with Horizon, and I'll be quite honest with you. Well, wasn't sure if I was gonna get out of it, so gloves off, like go all out, and yeah, it kind of did what it did, right?
Yeah, so what we're gonna do then is we're gonna be closing it and like pushing it forward in time.
Pretty much, yeah. We're gonna heal it as best we can.
Or that uses time magic to do that. So
Yes.
then later on it starts to grow
Yes.
and it gets bigger again.
Mhm.
So
Oh yeah, you can be concerned. I've been a large part of my life has been to try and kind of fix these kind of things.
why are we pushing it forward?
Huh?
Why are we pushing it forward when we can undo time in that spot to make it go away?
I mean, I've never really tried it. I just found a way to do it. I mean, huh. We could try. I don't know how we could do this now, but
I want you to teach me first how to push it forward, but then I think we should try to figure out a way to undo it by going backwards with that spot. I understand it still creates like you're still using time magic to do it, but maybe like what would happen is instead of it getting bigger in the future, it is like the same size in the future.
I never really thought about that. So maybe you're into something. You're into something, and yeah. Yeah, I think it's good.
We'll let everybody know where we're gonna go so they don't miss us in case if something happens. But yeah, let's maybe reconnect with everybody here soon and figure out what the plan is.
Yeah, right. I think we should all go if we do go though.
All? Why?
We're never too sure.
Priscilla, what aren't you telling me?
Well, let's just say that these rifts, they kind of don't like it when we try to close them or push them away.
Are you saying that they're alive?
Well, not the rift themselves, but there's sometimes things that kind of don't want us to interfere with them.
What? Things?
I don't really know how to describe them differently.
You could try by drawing it, maybe, or
Yeah, never been good at a good drawer, but yeah.
you have to describe it. We can't just walk into something that we
I
don't
know, I
know what
know.
it is.
Look, I never.
You
I
were
didn't.
like you weren't even gonna tell me about it before we went over there.
I was. I never was a good teacher. I mean, I'm not teaching here for a reason. But yeah. Whatever these rifts are, there are things that sometimes don't like it when we toy with them.
Okay, what can they do?
Well, they're kind of made out of the same thing as the rifts, so they kind of alter reality around them.
Priscilla, what? What are you talking about? I'm not a scholar, so I'm not fully grasping what you mean. But are you saying that if they touch us, they can do what the rift does?
To an extent, yes. If they touch you for a long time, they can be destroyed. They can be banished back, but yeah, they're dangerous beings. I've no idea what they are. I just always call them time anomalies or things like that.
Sure. So not only do we have to deal with the rift and like finding them and using time magic to undo them, but also making it worse at the same time, but we also have to deal with things, creatures, alive, not alive things that are
they're very alive. Yeah, they're very alive.
Like the essence of time itself is fighting back against it?
I wouldn't call this essence, but yeah, something.
Do they leave a body behind?
No, they kind of just disappear.
Maybe we should do a little bit of research before going to it and see if other people have ever noted those things.
Sure. Or we could be the first ones to actually write on these things.
So what if somebody's already written on them?
Yeah. That would be great, wouldn't it?
It would be. So we should probably check.
Okay. I haven't set foot here for a long time, so I have no clue if these things have any sort of...
Are there any other people that you know about throughout, like, your memories or your history that you know about time magic? Like, what are some other big names? Do you have any? Are they all kind of kept pretty private and secret?
I had this a partner when I was studying time magic. I haven't seen him in a while though. His name was Agron.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, beside that, I never knew anyone else. I mean, I was pretty much like staying by myself and keeping it low because I know that, yeah, it's not.
Wait, what did you say the name was?
Agron.
Oh. Did he have a last name?
Yeah. Larkindale, I think.
Uh-huh.
Why?
He's not alive anymore, Priscilla. He tried to like kill people with. I'm gonna like break down the whole charade thing that I heard about and tell him all about it, the details that I know about.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, maybe he did write something about his magic somewhere. And he said he was. Wait, I could believe that Strixhaven like was mad because because I was doing time magic, and he was academy rector of a school.
Yep. And he kind of like used it. Like I read some of the reports from the strangers, and like he even used some of his like magic. I think when they were fighting Sheree the first time. Yeah.
What an ass. Wow. Okay. No. Maybe it's he's dead for the best. She seems
What?
seriously bothered about that. I said what I said.
Are you jealous of him?
No. Look, I'm just I've laid low all my life. I've had no support from the school. And the only other person I knew that could do the same thing I did was rewarded for it. Oh, that's bullshit. I'm unhappy. And all he did was create problems?
Well, they weren't known until they were known.
I'm sure he haven't, like, closed any of his own rifts. Like, maybe
I don't
he
know
did.
anything about that. But it may be worthwhile for us to go check out the school or reach out to the person they said, Harkingdale? Someone. They said someone was over there, so
yeah,
we could probably...
Arknan?
Yeah.
I don't know her.
But Priscilla, this is our chance to like work with people who will like help us with it. You know what I mean? Like, if he did have any type of research and we asked Strixhaven for it, so that way we can make it better and make it safer. Like sanctioned within Strixhaven, so that we aren't like chastised or chased down by them for doing things.
Yeah. I mean, if he had anything, I guess the Onyx woman, like maybe she has some documents. If he had anything, they probably like brought everything back here.
Probably. We can ask about it.
Yeah. No, we should. Yeah. We will.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's go see if Arastelle and Priscilla Arastelle and Nuffley are ready to walk out to go do stuff, I guess.
Yeah. No, I think we got a good plan. I think you got
Did
a
you
good
want
idea.
any peanuts, by the way?
I'm allergic.
Like just tasting, or like in the area of them?
Just tasting.
Okay. Good noted.
I mean, it's
Why did you say so sooner? She like covers them up and like packs them away. I'm so sorry.
The peanut does end up killing Priscilla.
Arastelle planning to make her some food that has peanuts in it now.
Yeah.
I mean,
How about some peanut butter?
Yeah.
No. Peanut butter cookies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I believe Arastelle, you were looking into maybe trying to find a moment to try and commune with Edgar.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a good idea. Strixhaven has like a chapel here for Edgar.
It has
right?
chapels of all the gods. It has
Yeah, I had a
small
feeling
churches and chapels underground. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess it's church. in this case. Yeah.
Good.
She would
Yeah,
go
you'll be able
over
to
that way.
leave your most of your stuff there, so you don't always have bags and things like that.
Sure.
Uh,
Bring my book though. I would invite Nephile only because I wouldn't want to leave her in an unknown place by herself. So yeah.
actually, Nephile will tell you that she will like crash on the bed. She'll say, "This ain't Tezzo's, but it's the first good bed we had in days."
Okay.
Do you really need me to be with you there? I mean, I don't mind.
No, it's fine. I'll be back soon. Hope you get some rest.
She will get up the bed. She'll look at you. She will give you like one of the biggest hug. She will just say, like softly, I would be a very shitty friend if I was leaving you alone. So right now, you do look like it's not going well.
I'm not sure if there's really any way that you'd be able to help them, Nephile.
Hey, I don't need to do anything. I mean, just being there, just not being alone. The the worst thing is in life is not being sad. Worst thing is being sad and down and alone. The last thing I want is for you to be alone. We can be sad together, you can be sad, but you'll always be with someone.
Thank you.
She will let go of the hug. Also, I want to see the place. I mean, it's very beautiful here. But I'll be honest, it makes me feel old. All these kids, the girl.
I thought that I was an adult when I came here, and they all look so young here.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like the old dwarves. Oh, so small.
Yeah. They're babies.
Yeah, exactly. Are we even adult right now? Like,
After what we've been through,
yeah, I guess
I
we
would
are.
hope so.
I guess we are. So, to the Church of Edgar, right?
Yeah, it's towards that direction on campus. I can show you.
Sure. I want you to show me around. I mean, you've been here. You know the place.
Maybe we can stop at the Fire Jolt Cafe and get something comforting like a hot chocolate or something.
Anything. I mean, the last time we ate good food was like at the Twig and Berries. After that, all the taverns and inns were like, I
Yeah.
mean, I ain't a
Sometimes
good cook, but these places, oh la la.
Maybe you shouldn't go to the cafeteria then.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think that there's a tavern just in Astoria Village, though. Tavern food okay for you?
I mean, I'm gonna try the food here first.
Okay.
I assume Strixhaven gives the best to their students. Oh, don't make that face.
I can give the cafeteria a try. Yeah.
So you head out. You pass by the cafe and the cafeteria to grab a bite,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty much the same menu as when you were there a few years ago. Things things haven't changed. Place,
Mm-hmm.
the more you go around the place, the more it's the same.
So? Correct me if I'm wrong. I always thought that the Fire Drill Cafe was like a coffee shop, and then
Yeah.
there's also the cafeteria. Is
Yes.
that right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there's the two of them. There's like the student coffee place and the
Mm-hmm.
classic large cafeteria.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Got it.
So yeah, you go through both places. You go through the grounds. Uh, and as I was saying, the more you go around, the more you just like feel like nothing has changed. Same place, the same colors, the same buildings. They look the same. They're always taken care of, so they never look old. Like their style is old, but they're always in good condition. It just feels like,
A time capsule.
yeah, time capsule in a way.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't know that the students have changed, but
Mm-hmm.
like the way things are running and moving, it just feels like the same thing. You eventually get to the Church of Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
Doors open. Not very many people there, obviously. Some students are there studying or writing paper or thing like that. It's a
Mm-hmm.
calm place, but yeah, it feels quite barren compared to the rest of the school grounds. Um, what do you do?
Um, I don't want to go up to like the altar because that's just way too center stage. I would go to one of the benches and sit, probably like in the front row, close to the altar.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of close my eyes while sitting there, focusing on the image of the altar and um try to connect with Edgar.
Sure. You can try to zone uh, yourself inward, try to meditate, focus. There's not that many sound around you beside the sound of like quill on parchment, or someone uh, filtering through the pages of a book. Uh, Nephele is close by, but she's giving you space. You you can feel everything around you kinda coming to a slow stop. The sound of the pages turning and the quills just disappears slowly, and you can feel like someone is sitting right by you. An elderly man's voice say, "How can we help, Arastelle?"
Edgar, is what Onyx say true?
Well, you've got what you've needed, didn't it?
But how could you be okay with that?
We were unaware of her intentions at first.
But you knew that there was something not right with her. You even warned me before I went to go speak with her.
We knew that she was the only one that could unlock you.
I feel like what we did in Duradur means nothing if creatures from other worlds are coming to Arcavios.
Well, this does all sound very dramatic.
Can you
What would have
blame
happened
me?
with Duradur would have been much worse. We know that none of my brothers will never tell you that, but we're all very proud of what you did. You did good. They're all a little too self-centered. They're never gonna admit that a mortal could ever save so many. But we do. We are. We are very grateful for what you did. Even though Hembel went out of her way, but this is something we'll need to deal with. My brothers are not happy with that, neither are we. We're sorry that you had to be used in such ways.
I feel very foolish. I'll just try to remind myself that it was for the good of this world. It's difficult, Edgar.
Well, we're not Behelit for sure, but we do hope that the worst is to be left behind.
I hope so too.
We've come to learn about your meeting, as brief as it was, with Vrenov.
And you warned me against her too.
Oh, she ain't that bad. She's not as bad as Embel. Here's what you must understand about us. We and our brothers and sisters. We will gladly always give our powers to those in need, those who call for help, those who need us. But you must understand that we're all power hungry in our own ways. You can trust us, but we will always try to stay ahead. Just be careful.
I can still trust Embel after what she did.
We wouldn't, but she gave you what you have right now. You asked for something. She needed something in return. Even though some bad things happened.
What does she gain from breaking those seals on the ritual?
You can do a religion check if you want.
Oh, fudge. Can I use the 1/4
The
inspiration?
1/4 inspiration? No.
Is that adding a D4?
That will be a D5 at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
D5.
that's what I.
Yeah, you
It
can
would
use
be,
your
but
1/4
unless
for
you have a D5.
D5.
I rolled a 1, unfortunately, and I don't have an inspiration point.
Well.
For religion, that's a total. Oh, wait. Am I looking at the right? No, I'm not looking at
Roll
the
a
right
D10
one.
and divide it by 2. for
Is he
your
actually
court of
letting me
inspo.
do that? Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Because I'll be honest, you'll probably be stuck with your quarter of inspiration for a long time otherwise.
I rolled a 5 on a d10. What does that mean?
That means
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be a 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Okay, so that's a 4 plus my religion. Where is that? Plus a 4, so 8.
Well,
Worth.
Quarter inspo worth it.
The old man sitting by you, who looks like a homeless man for all you can, you look at this person, like old clothing, doesn't like long fingernails. Clearly, you haven't cleaned himself for some time. Long hair, white. Embol has always been more ambitious than the others. Her ambition was put back in place a long time ago. I guess she always held a grudge.
She's trying to get the upper hand, you mean?
It will seem so. We did have a lot of her temples and places of cult sealed and destroyed back then. Strixhaven was of help, obviously. Well, magical powers, the currents were used a lot. We made sure that she had no sway over these seals. I guess she found a way.
I see.
But the man will stand up. As much as I would like to say that everything is beyond, from what we understand with your deal with Renoff, I assume you'll be called to action in the near future.
Do you know what Renoff has planned?
The Seven have had their eyes on you since Embol awoke you. Renoff is obviously interested. We do not know of our plan. What we do know is that some of the gods are not happy with what's going on. You have our support. You do have Vrinoff's support. And surprisingly enough, Gunnar seems to be on your side.
North?
We couldn't say why. Murderous has always staying neutral in this matter. But what we're most curious about is why Carvus and Belahit are both on the other side of the table.
I don't know. This is news to me.
Oh well. We wish you the best of luck, Arastelle, the Godbound.
Thank you for your wisdom, Edgar.
You have our blessing. If you ever need help, call for us.
Thank you.
and he will hand you a scroll that he picks out of a satchel that he didn't have a minute ago.
Yeah.
That's full of scrolls. He will just hand you a scroll.
I'll take it.
As you pick it up, it kind of just disappear. You feel like its magic is just sifting through you.
Oh. Do I recognize what it is?
It's probably a symbolic way to visualize the fact that he's offering you at least one token of help, or something of the sort.
Oh, that's so cool. Nice. Okay, cool.
Whatever things are happening in the future, we believe in you. And he will start walking down back to the door and leave. As you exit, the door kind of just crashed closed, and you're like stumbling back to yourself. People around you are still there. You're not alone in the church. Arastelle, no Arastelle, Nephile is holding your hand, and she's close to you, and you can kind of hear her voice as it's far away and kind of drifting back toward you, like you're just coming in out of sort of coma or things like that.
Yeah.
Like going back to yourself, and she looks worried. And yeah, she's just like calling your name. Are you okay? You went like all pale, and you fell on your side, like just went limp.
I'm fine. I think we can go find the rest of the group now.
Can you? Are you okay to go? Like, you're okay to walk? You
I don't know. Am I okay? Am I dizzy?
you do feel dizzy, yeah.
Maybe it might be good to just sit here for a moment. Yeah. Okay.
What happened?
I got my answers, at least. That I have some allies in the gods, but also apparently enemies now. I don't know how this all came about. This is insane.
Is there like anything you can do? Like,
Not trust Emble, that's for sure.
yeah, right. I mean,
I don't know what we can do right now, Nephile.
I guess what we should do, she'll try to like get you up, is go take a nap for now, because you're all white, you don't feel well, and yeah, we're both tired from like a week of traveling, so
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
and we'll think this through with the others tomorrow or later.
Yeah, I feel exhausted and mentally drained. I think a nap would be good.
She'll bring you back to the dorms. Zovril? Is there anything you would want to do during this day?
No, I don't think he would just want to ask Poppy or Arastelle at some point to set an alarm on his door.
Sure. If you go down and you try to find Arastelle, Arastelle and Nephili's room will be empty. Like, if you knock at the door, nobody will answer. But yeah, you can find Priscilla and Poppy. They seem to be, I assume, like, tinkering and talking about, like, some magical time shenanigans and stuff that you half understand.
Hey, Poppy.
Oh, hey. Open up the door. Yeah. What's up?
Do you think that tonight, once we go to bed, you would be able to set an alarm on my door?
Yeah, that should be fine. And if for some reason I'm out of spells, then then Arastelle can do it probably for maybe a ritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I showed my room, saw Valerian pacing the hall behind a little robot thing, automaton. And I would really, really hate to have something happen here.
Maybe we'll both do it, so that way we both wake up to it.
Yeah, that might be for the best.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had a weird feeling about it.
Do we have your permission to knock you unconscious?
Please.
Okay, good.
It's great.
It's gonna hurt.
Priscilla will just tell you that's good.
It'll hurt.
I mean,
But we got
whatever
lots of
needs to be done.
restoration.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all geared to make sure that whatever happened to you, we can undo it. Right? Right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sure.
We got time magic. We can undo everything. To an extent.
Thing.
Hmm.
I don't know if anything's gonna happen, but I just this would be maybe one of the worst places to have something happen.
I agree. Yeah, probably.
Thanks.
Do you want us to go? Do you want to sleep here? Like there's place on the floor there if you want.
I appreciate it, but I think that would potentially draw some just unwanted attention to us breaking rules. I know it's a minor rule, but I'd rather not piss off Onyx. And
I think it's more so like it's a rule for the minors, but yeah, no, I think you're right.
yeah, that probably is true. I mean, if you guys feel more comfortable, I guess I could.
Let's ask Arastelle her thoughts on it as well, because I don't know about the rules at Strixhaven. Like I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble for that.
I mean, we can hide him in the closet.
Oh, yeah.
And I have boys in there, so when I was younger.
Each their own, I guess.
I mean,
you only live once, so.
Well, this is your second time. Never mind. Well, let's go see if we can find Arastelle.
Good, better because it's her.
yeah, let's find her, I guess. They weren't in their room.
Oh. Better have not gone to get lunch without us.
Probably. I mean, Arastelle doesn't really like me, so I'm not very surprised.
Well, to each their own.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay.
I mean, if you're hungry, I can show you where the cafe is.
That would
But
be.
you guys have a cafeteria?
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh.
Do they still have like the place run by students, like the?
I would assume so.
Hmm.
Only been gone a few years.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, you don't seem like the type would hang out there. Winterbloom, you said earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you where the cafe is.
Okay.
You coming with us?
Sure.
I can show you too.
I've been here. Because I didn't hang out there doesn't mean that I don't know where it is.
Yeah. Let's go, Witherbloom boy. Yeah, show you. Yeah, if you go to the cafe, you don't find Arastelle nor Niflay. It has this sort of like student cafe vibe. Obviously, so it's run by students. You have to pay to actually eat and have drinks there. The prices are not expensive because students. Take note, by the way, because I know that Zovril, you're probably not aware of that. The students there are like between 14 and 17. Like it's, they're not young adults; they're teenagers. So.
Right.
So it's a lot of young people there. So you're able to have a grab a bite, go around the place. You're being shown the place, Poppy, by both of them. I assume at some point you'll go back to the dorms.
Yeah.
You'll be able to meet with Arastelle and Niflay. Both of them kind of seem, well, I mean, especially Arastelle's seem kind of exhausted, still pale from her godly adventures.
Hey guys.
Are you okay, Arastelle?
I feel like people keep asking me that question and I don't know how to respond to it.
I'm not asking about everything. You physically don't look super well.
No, I feel awful.
I will cast Lesser Restoration.
Does that seem to help?
Slightly.
Do you think if we both cast Lesser Restoration at the same time, it makes it a greater one?
Ooh, that makes sense.
Why not give it a try?
Where's our quandric person that does all the mathematics?
Let's
figure
get
this out.
Barrett here.
Yeah, is this like an additive or a multiplicative thing? You know what I mean? Like, is it 2 + 2 or 2 times 2? Never. Is it more like 5 + 5 or 5 times 5? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. It's more like 1 × 1 between 1 + 1.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Baron would be able to answer and explain that. Huh?
Who? But yeah, the lesser restoration gives her some of her color back. So yeah, you do slightly feel better, mostly physically, but lesser restoration does not heal the soul.
Okay. Well, Arastelle would still think if Poppy also did it, I guess.
I did.
Okay. Then Arastelle would thank Zovril for casting that.
Yeah. I guess we just went to grab lunch. We didn't see you guys there, so I assume that's not where you went.
No, I went to the Church of Edgar.
Oh. I brought back some extra cookies. I don't know if you're hungry or if that sounds good, but there's some chocolate in them. Sometimes that helps.
Sorry.
No, chocolate doesn't. It's.
So
Never mind.
Sure. Thank you, Zovril.
So what happened?
Oh man, you're so funny. Back to character.
I'm sorry. Got a brood, but I can't stop smiling.
Very difficult sometimes.
Gotta put the brood mask on.
Well, Edgar confirmed what Onyx had said. And I was used by Emble. It sucks.
Poppy will just give Arastelle a hug.
What was there any more to it? I mean, she just used you, that's it?
They said that they suspect she's trying to I don't know exactly what she's trying to do, but she tried this once before to gain the upper hand against the other gods. The other gods put her in her place, and now maybe she's trying to do it again and used me as a means to do so.
Did they know that she was doing that to you?
I don't think that they did. They knew that she was up to something, but I think that they were also taken by surprise.
So they weren't all using you, just Emble.
God, I hope that's the case.
Well, we'll get back at her then.
It's a little bit more than that. But I don't know if I can talk about it right now.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Do you want me to change the subject?
I want to go to bed.
Oh, okay.
Is there something that you need?
Not today. No. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Zara will just kind of like lean over to Poppy and like, so are you and Priscilla good just keeping eye on me tonight then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want us to let you know if they let us into the Biblioplex today or no?
Yeah. Wake me
Okay.
up if they do
Okay.
say something.
Sounds good. We can do that.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
Thank
let me
you.
know if any of the nausea or any of that stuff comes back and we can try to help again.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you either later today or tomorrow. Get some rest.
Thank you.
When Sarah still kind of walks away up and goes into her room, I'll ask Priscilla, is there any way to like use time magic against the gods? Jokingly. Hypothetically.
Well,
'Cause I'm kind of pissed off now.
probably. I mean, that magic is not linked to the currents, so technically we're not using magic because of them. So
Okay. I wouldn't do anything, but Bemble tries anything again.
yeah, obviously. The power of time and friendship, we can do a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got this. She's gonna kind of poke you with her elbow.
Zovril, we have to, like, we'll walk away from Aristelle's room so we don't stress her out with this. We have to go close some rifts up north. To practice doing those things. And Priscilla made it apparent that there are things that protect those rifts that are part of time itself or something.
Yeah,
Or
more
we
like
have to fight
something.
them. Yeah. How should we tell Arastelle that without her getting mad?
Very good
First
question.
off, things, just things.
Great question.
Well,
I don't know either.
They do have a humanoid form in a way, but they don't really look humanoid though, really. Do they
It
have
looks like
arms?
the rift, apparently. But you can't see the rift, I don't think. So can they see the human? Can they see the creatures? Priscilla.
Yeah, they're very material. I'm pretty sure like they can be seen. I've seen animals flee, so I assume.
But are they fleeing because there's a magical force that's pushing them away?
No, because they were there before, like birds. I assume they can see this.
This might be a problem.
So there's these potential ghost-like entities that protect the rifts that we may have to close.
That the
That,
rest
like,
of us may or may not be able to see.
that come from the rift, apparently.
Yes.
Like they're part of the rift.
I mean, if we're lucky, I mean, there won't be any there. So,
And
How big is this rift, Priscilla? How big do you think it is? I'm guessing the bigger it is, the more likely that there's these entities.
usually, yes. It's also a matter of how long it has been there. Like, sort
And you
of.
said you're in your 80s? And you went to school here as a student?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm guessing there's some entities there.
So, yeah. I haven't really looked into them for a long time, so I couldn't say what they're today. All I know is that they're kind of far away, so usually I went there on weekends.
I mean,
it's a small trek, but it's away from like any trouble. So, like no students go there really, because since then there's been like a lot of bad things in the northern Silkwoods.
Do you think Strixhaven knows anything about this?
Probably not.
do you think maybe you could talk to somebody like Losheel before you go do that?
So that way we can start building up that relationship and that trust and be friends with Strixhaven?
I think it would be better, and maybe you could see if they wanted to come with and see what you guys are doing, maybe they would have some input or just build some sort of confidence in what you're trying to do.
That sounds like a good plan.
As for telling Arastelle, I mean, you telling her this isn't going to make her like or dislike you anymore, probably.
Probably not. Like, I guess.
I would say just be direct, but not today.
Right.
Maybe
right,
more like
not today.
tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, so maybe what we do is we go do the whole let's talk to like Losheel thing, and then we do some studying, and then in a couple of days, when
Bring
maybe
this
some of
up.
the stress, when the stress is like
Yeah.
maybe after a mimosa, something like that.
Should we go try to do that after having mimosas?
I'm not
No,
sure they have
I'm-
mimosas here.
Obviously we'd be off the camp. Never mind. Ignore the mimosa. We don't need to put those in there. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's the best bet. Aristole's a very, I don't know, intellectual person. I feel like she would much rather you just tell her exactly what you are doing and what needs to be done than
Mhm.
hiding it or trying to tell her in like any sort of workaround.
I agree. I think the bluntness is really how our group works. I hint towards Priscilla.
Bluntness with tact. Not the way Onyx was blunt. Not the way.
Yeah, we don't want to be mean.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a way to do it, but definitely just be as forthright with everything as you can be with Arastelle, because yeah, lying's not gonna get you anywhere. I mean,
She already
can only
threatened
go
to
up
kill
from
me.
here.
Do you think this can be worse?
Say it again?
She already kind of threatened to kill me, so do you think like this can be?
I think that was because of what you've done in the past, and as long as you don't try to do that again, especially as long as you're putting our best interests forth, like in front moving forward, like no harm, no foul kind of situation, then there won't be an issue. But I've never seen her that mad. I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess I would probably just advise going forward, making sure that you have taken any precautions to keep Poppy and the rest of us safe, and also leave nothing open into interpretation. Just be completely honest with her, because I assume that, like, I didn't believe everything you said when we first met you, and I'm sure Air still doesn't either. So the
It
only
brought
way
me
to
back to
build
life.
that,
I mean, I've got no reason to.
but still, just be completely honest. Don't hide anything. Don't whatever you guys have to do. Sure, it's all laid out.
All right. All right. I've got some days to think about that, so that's good. Great.
Don't ask me for the specifics on how to talk to her. Just
Yeah, he's not very good at talking.
I mean, we've been
like-
traveling for a week, and I'll be honest with you. Okay, you want me to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask you to talk for me. Never.
Oh,
God.
maybe slightly less honest.
Oh, okay.
oh, I thought that was okay.
No, I'm kidding. It's I understand. I know this.
I mean, yeah. I'll
I'm
do
gonna
my
go
best. I'll think
hammer
about that.
storm.
And yeah, the last thing I would want is like for problems to arise. I mean, we've got a lot of work to do. We gotta figure out where Horizon is. We gotta figure out where the blood guy is. What was his name again?
Buckram and Kenzar.
Yeah, Kenzar. And
Weren't you like friends with him or something? Like, don't you know him?
well, I don't know.
Oh, I
Friends,
thought you knew.
friends, no.
I thought you knew
I-
Kenzar and Ryzen's person. I forgot their name.
Well, I know Kenzar, but I'll be slightly honest. My memory. I may look young, but you do know that I'm quite old, so my memory sometimes kind of fails me. And names, never been too good with names. I'm sure you would understand.
Gets worse with age.
Kinda. Well, yeah, Kenzar. I'll type it down. I'll write it down to make sure. But yeah, I never really knew him as a friend, like long distance acquaintance.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I've got some days to figure out how to speak with Arastelle, and we gotta hope that Onyx likes us. That's the plan right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if her liking us is the plan, but
Enough to let us stay and research. Yeah, I think that's the idea.
her
Yeah, she
close enough.
She didn't look like happy at all to see us. So.
No.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go get to work on this, and we should try to work on maybe finding a way to rewind these rifts in a way. We've got plenty of things on our plate.
Do in the bibliopaths. We
Ugh.
can. See.
Well, I guess I'll go just read and relax for now. Oh, do you want me to also put an alarm on your room or something? We're never too sure.
Yeah, I think having multiple would be good. And if there's a window in the room,
Mhm.
just any exit that's don't want to have that happen again.
Good. Well, let's do this and let's relax. Yeah,
Okay.
we're in a safe haven, so can finally just. So yeah, I guess you will go and put some alarms. Is alarm like a concentration kind of thing? You can put multiple of them.
You can put multiple, no
Okay,
concentration. It takes each spell slot,
Windows, 2 windows, a door.
yeah, it should be able to cover both windows with one single casting of it because it's like a 10-foot thing.
Yeah, probably.
So should be able to cover it.
And good. So yeah, you do that. You put one on your door. I assume that was the plan also.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I guess we can go take a small break.
Cool.
It's already quite late. I'm quite surprised. Time flies.
It does.
No, Poppy flies. Time is with the
But Poppy is time.
Voila. See, we had it right.
No,
we
money
had
is
it
time.
right
Hold
all
on.
along.
Poppy
Right,
is
time is
money.
money. Oh gosh. I got
Okay.
it all. The looks, the time, the money.
Whoa. So I guess we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Small break.
Yeah.
Get some water.
Sure.
So
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
and yeah, and we'll be back.
Okay.
We're back from the break.
So something that we were just kind of talking about, folks, is a little thing about the gods. Because I got confused about some of the wording. I was confused about Edgar using they and we at the same time. And Edgar uses like us, like they, a collective, because it's all of them together in a way. Like Edgar is multiple in one.
Edgar is the god of community,
Right.
people, like so that it comes in like the small folk, if that makes sense. So always come in the sort of like disheveled, homeless kind of way, often older people, and always speaks as we, us.
Yeah.
Like this sort of.
And then, as he was saying, my brethren, I was like, are they talking about like the collective, or are they talking about the other gods? And it was the other
The
gods,
other gods,
specifically, which confused me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I switched to the 7 at some point. Because I figured that, yeah, this could create confusion.
Right.
But yeah, it was by the end of the conversation, so at this point, well, it is what it is.
No problem.
So back into the game.
Yes.
I assume at this point you were just taking the rest of the day kind of slow, kind of huff.
Yeah.
While everyone was kind of trying to get back on their feet and finally relaxing in a place where there was no imminent threat or potential bandits on the road or things like that. Especially Apple Cold. Last time you passed through Apple Cold was not the best of times. You were attacked twice in a matter of a day by different groups. Well, it was the same group kinda, but yeah. You are taking the rest of the day off. You get no news from Onyx or Losheel for the rest of the day. You've put some alarms on Zovril's door and windows. Eventually, night falls out. The grounds are now as quiet as they can be. Beside the rustling of the wind and the sound of automatons working from time to time passing by, it's very calm during nighttime in Strixhaven. Zovril? You have trouble sleeping. Not because you drank too much coffee, but because, well, I mean, probably the stress or the sort of the thought of maybe something may happen. It's kind of keeping you awake. At some point, you're kind of rolling in your bed. You do remember these beds being much like bigger than they are right now. Like, not used to that anymore. You're just rolling in your bed and you open your eye, and in front of you, like just sitting by your bedside, looking at you, are the two like bright orange eyes of your cursed wolf, I would say. Just staring at you.
I think at this point, I think it would still Zovril be a little bit startled, just probably lack of sleep and everything. What do you want, Valerian?
We'll just keep staring at you, unflinching, unmoving, and you'll hear his voice ring through your head. You haven't fed. It's been days.
It's gonna have to be a few more days.
You know how this works.
Yeah, and we're at a school full of children.
Find a way.
Figure something out.
I hunger. And I will not want you again.
I'm just gonna roll over.
I was actually trying to figure a way to have him disappear or something, but it's much better. Just roll over in your bed. Ignoring him.
It's not real.
You roll over in your bed. You kind of feel like the sort of weight of his presence kind of drift away and disappear.
I'm sure I won't sleep the rest of the night.
So nothing happens during the night beside that. y'all have a good night's sleep. Well, except Zovril, I guess.
Even Arastelle?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's gonna be up to you if you feel like Arastelle would have trouble sleeping.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things you have to that are probably hanging over your mind and just like
Mm-hmm.
shuffling through your head during the night. So I assume that at some point you'll probably fall asleep just by sheer fatigue.
That's fair. Probably.
But yeah, you will probably be turning in your bed
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. Eventually, the day will start. It's school day, so you're being woken up quite early by the chaos outside, by students just waking up, going to their classes, especially you're on the first floor. So yeah, it's summertime, windows open, there's a lot of noise coming from outside, a lot of students just moving about. So yeah, pretty much all getting woken up by that.
I
Zovril?
twin cast command saying "shut up." No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up!
Cast it over and over again until you're out of spell slots.
Yeah.
For the day.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be a quick day. Zovril, nothing happened during the night. You feel very sleepy, as you haven't slept much. Your sleep was often disturbed, waking you up. Always this sort of feeling that something may happen. Last time this happened, you had like no say. It just did.
Hmm.
You always have this sort of fear just at the back of your head that, well, this may happen again. And yeah, obviously you're correct. This is not the place for it.
I guess from my time here, is there like I mean, obviously there's like the forested area, but like, are there like creatures in the forest that
Oh, yes.
I mean, I guess I know there'd be creatures in the forest, but like unwanted creatures in the forest,
Oh,
like
yes.
not just like okay,
Even more.
perfect.
For a quick rundown of the place, Strixhaven grounds, like let's call this the territory of Strixhaven, is very big. It could be its own country. They own a lot of land. Strixhaven is extremely centered into this, and like the sort of school grounds and the safe areas, if that makes sense, are very close to school grounds. So like, can probably walk an hour or two in each direction around Strixhaven and still be safe without, like, maybe even a little more than that. But yeah, the further away you go, well, it's the wildlands at this point. Obviously, each school kind of have its own territory. So, southeast there is a bunch of swamps. Well, more like east, there's a bunch of swamps. West is more like plains. Northwest is mountainous region. North is what is called the shadow silks, which is in Harry Potter term that would be like these sort of forbidden woods where no kids go because it's creepy. That's the place. This is there. And northeast is this sort of like wetland region, so not really a swamp, not really a forest, so transition area where Quendrix have their buildings and all of that. So like it has a lot of biomes. It doesn't feel like it makes sense. Like the whole place is obviously magically infused in a way. But yeah, it's gigantic, and there's a lot of wild creatures living in these places. Most students don't go past like the 3-hour march in the direction because, well, it can become dangerous. More
Okay.
adventurous type will, but most will not. you're aware of that, obviously, as you went to with her bloom school. So you know that the swamps there, there's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of things that you don't like. But the further you go, then you start finding crocodiles that are bigger than you and things like that. So it can become a problem. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, gotta find something other than children. So,
Well, they did wake your friends up in the morning, so maybe this does kind of
there might be one or two,
tip
maybe.
the scale a little, and so got to keep that in mind. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll groggily make my way downstairs. See what everybody's doing.
Yeah, you go downstairs. There's those
Wake up
students.
from the alarm.
Yeah. Obviously, you pick up the alarm, door open. If you were not awake, now you are.
Yeah, no, I tried my damnedest to have that pillow over my head. So
Yeah, you have a pillow on your head. You're like, oh, this sound, and then it rings in your ears still because of the alarm.
I just felt, I'm like, no, stop.
Please. Yeah, you get out of your room. There's it's lively in there. There's a lot of kids. They're just going about their day, going to the showers, things like that, talking in the morning. So yeah, you don't fit at all, but you do remember this kind of scene from where you were there. Obviously, this has some of these kind of give you the weird looks. If that makes sense. I mean, they don't know you. You get out of the room, like, just go your way. You look groggy. So yeah, and you're extremely perceptive, I believe. That is one of your things. So yeah, you can hear like the whispers, like the kids being like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Things like that. So yeah, you don't fit. You go downstairs, similar scene, but first floor is women. You fit even less. You
Perfect.
get to Arastelle's room first. You knock.
Do I hear anything going on inside the room?
I don't know. Arastelle? Or
I
snoring?
can't. I would probably be awake at this time because it's so loud.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine what I would be doing in that room that would be causing so much noise that you would hear noise coming from the room.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess if it's still early, Zovril might go past and knock on Poppy's door first.
What?
Uh,
Just 10 more minutes, please.
I mean,
So, like, she opens the door. Her hair is, like, ridiculous and wild. She's like, what do you
feel
want?
can't you do something with your magic to just 10 more minutes?
She closes the door under your face.
Fair.
Priscilla would be like,
Oh,
Poppy,
you
don't
start
do this with the door.
You
As
start
she
hearing
tries to
Dolores bells ring in your ears, Zovril, for just a second. As you hear Toll the Dead, and then stops.
I'll just say to the door, well, I'm going to go get some breakfast, so
I'll be
I
out
guess
in...
I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah, I'll be out soon.
Okay. He'll lightly knock on Arastelle's door after this, just enough that, like, if she was awake, she'd definitely hear it, but, like, trying to not wake her up if she was still
Sure.
asleep.
Yeah. I think Arastelle would be awake, especially after having a lot of time in bed, whether it was sleeping or not. Good morning, Zovril.
Morning. I'm just heading off to get some breakfast and wanted to see what everybody was doing. I think Poppy's not quite ready for the day yet, but
I'll go get breakfast with you.
sure. Is Nephilim coming too, or?
Is the Nephilim awake?
She was awoke first.
Okay.
And yeah, she's like making sure that she looks her best, like every morning.
Nephilim, you already look so beautiful. Do you want to go get breakfast?
Yeah, sure. I mean, she look at her bag. I've got nothing left, so yeah. I'm actually starving. Like, I was hungry like yesterday. I didn't know where to get food at like 10 p.m. So I've just been starving since, and
Yeah, that's a good point. The cafeteria does close a little bit too early for students. What are they thinking?
yeah. I mean, if I'm pretty sure if we tell Onyx, she's gonna be happy to get our input on this.
I don't know if Onyx would be the right person to talk to.
Well, I just know that next time we go, I'll just bring back
Maybe
more.
Bayron wants to make change here, right?
It seems like she wasn't talking about cafeteria hours.
They could figure something out.
Gotta start somewhere. Start small and go from there.
What
Yeah,
if
just
the little automaton, like, he carried a whole plant inside of him, and then he could just have some snacks and come around.
Oh my goodness.
Put in like 2 copper pieces, and then
Wait,
you can get out, like,
no. They
Yeah,
don't need any more money.
type of code like E6 and it gives you something.
Yeah.
Creates a vending machine, the first one.
That's amazing.
An automaton vending machine. It comes
Automaton
about-
vending
automaton.
machine. There we go.
Yeah, it goes door to door and asks people if they want food. 2 in the morning, knock at
What if
your
it was
door.
bell service? What if it was like bell service? Like you guys are like, you press like a little rune in your room, and then it like
I much
alerted
prefer
the
him going
automaton.
around the place at 2 a.m. Just,
No,
hey,
I don't know about that
do you
one.
want some food?
That's amazing.
all right, guys, I'm giving up on adventuring. I have this really great idea I'm gonna pursue.
Give a founder of
Make
this.
this invention. Yeah.
He's just gonna become an entrepreneur. Start his own
Zovril
business.
Vrilren, the creator of DoorDash.
What have you done? Exploiting DoorDashers like this.
Yeah, they're just automatons. They don't need that much.
They don't need
Auto
to be
dash
tipped.
because it's automatons.
Yes, AutoDash, love it.
We got something. So yeah, you're all
We're
ready to
cooking,
go.
all right.
All 3 of you are ready to go. I assume you go back to Poppy's room about 10
Yeah.
minutes later, as Poppy told you to.
Hey guys.
That's Hi, Poppy.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. You guys ready for breakfast?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You all go to breakfast. As you get out of your room, you can see just down the stairs of the dorms, Losheel.
No breakfast.
He's under the shadow of a tree.
No breakfast. No time for breakfast.
I don't even think
Mr.
that
Losheel?
Arastelle would respond. Oh, are you saying that to Losheel or to
Yep.
us? Sorry. Oh,
No,
okay.
Mr. Losheel. No time
Okay.
for breakfast by chance.
let's walk.
Okay.
I too need breakfast. He starts walking toward the cafeteria.
Did you find anything, Losheel?
I did.
And
He will look through his bag and he will hand you a book. The
I'll
book
look at it.
looks ancient.
What
Just
does
be
it
careful
say on the
with it.
cover?
It is. It's the Ray of Curses and during the Blood Age.
Two birds, one stone.
As Strixhaven students, you do know that the Age of Blood, or the Blood Age, is what was before Strixhaven got founded. The foundation of Strixhaven kinda was marked as the end of the Age of Blood. The Age of Blood was an age of war, conquest. It was tribalistic. None of the countries you know right now, or most of, like, everything was a shadow of what is today. There was many tribes, many smaller countries. It is the same era as when Zovril's curse was made.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was an age of war and blood. Strixhaven came in and created some sort of peace and foundation for, I guess, society. That makes sense, as you know it right now. Even though today is not perfect, it's much better than what was. So yeah. The book, as I said, looks very ancient. It smells ancient also. There's a sort of old, moldy, rusty smell.
Okay.
This book is very expensive, so make sure to take care of it.
What did you find in it?
He will just wave his fingers. You'll see a sort of magical rune appear, and the book in your hand will just flip its pages through and end on something that do resemble what you drew. A sort of circle of people lying on their back. There's a lot of magical runes around them drawn. Most of them, it's very scribblings, if that makes sense. Like, you cannot make do of any of these runes, but it kind of depict the scene more than anything. He will simply tell you, during the Age of Blood, Strixhaven wasn't there yet, which meant that most spellcasters, those that tried to defy the dragons, who were still there back then, well, they had to improvise. Dragons, being the source of all magic, made it so that it was difficult to use magic against them. Thus were born, well, forbidden ones. Time, weather, blood. Blood magic being the purest raw form of magic there was. It was used a lot. It's powerful, but it has a cost. And he will kind of tap on the book. Cost is in the name. Blood. Mortal lives. It could power rituals that could destroy armies. It could be used to feed others. It could be used to do as great things as bad things. And this looks what you've drawn. Well, what I've drawn. Albeit better, obviously. So maybe this is not what you've seen, but it does look like it's actually something like that. I haven't read all of the book, obviously. I've got a very limited amount of time, so.
So I'm looking at an illustration in this book that resembles it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that it's like talking about the ritual, or what is it talking about on this page when I read through the writing on it?
As you read through this sort of chapter or pages, it does talk about ways to make these kind of rituals, and this is the example they're given out, explaining that the more people, subjects, I would say, you have, the greater the power of the spells you're trying to like summon.
So this is specifically like some like a formation ritual that can be used for different like things, and it's not for one specific purpose.
Exactly.
Okay,
It's
I see.
essentially a blood ritual that lets you do a lot of great things or bad, but
I understand. Okay.
it uses the subjects there as
Mm-hmm.
a sort of power source so that the ritual can persist.
Yeah.
This is for long-term rituals. Explains that as the subjects are giving life force, the ritual will give back to make sure that they do not perish.
I think Arastelle would mention that she was able to scry on that because one of the victims had their blood drawn and put in the drug by Fairhaven. How would Losheel like think that maybe Fairhaven's behind this ritual, or what would he have to say about that?
I do not know a lot about Farhaven and
Right.
what they do, but something of this kind, it would surprise me that salesmen would do that. And
So it's just a coincidence then?
Arastelle, there's very few coincidences. My hunch will be that whoever is behind this is most likely working with Farhaven.
Hmm.
That would make the most sense. You said that this... I mean, what are the chances that someone who found themselves in this predicament also had their blood used for a Farhaven experiment?
Yeah. Hmm.
I've yet to speak with my old friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try again today.
We spoke to one of his mentees. I'll kind of look to Poppy to see if Poppy wants to speak on it at all.
Oh, they're doing well. There's an individual that we're kind of concerned about, who uses weather magic, and it's actually trying to kill us, I'm pretty sure. So I checked in on Barkrim and Kanzar, and they're fine. They're aware of her movements or her actions, but they're trying to locate her to keep her in check, and I'm probably gonna help them with that.
Good. I trust him to be able to defend himself. I do not know who this other threat is, but what I do know is that Kanzar, he's He's ruthless. Will not just let himself go down. So, if you can trust someone to solve this problem you both have, yeah, he's a good lead.
Right. Priscilla, what was the name of Horizon's teacher? You mentioned her name before, but it was one time.
I told you I wasn't good with names.
You
I feel like this is an important name. How could you forget it?
you spoke about her as if you knew her, though.
She will. You said that she will go to respond to Arastelle, but she will not. She will just Okay. I'll think about it. It'll come back.
Okay.
And
When we know that information, we should tell Losheel about it because that they should know about this individual as a threat, and they
Right.
may know this individual.
I'll make sure to get you updated. That's for sure. As soon as I know.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank me when I remember the name. I'm sure it'll come back. Losheel will look slightly, obviously, exasperated by that. I assume at this point you're probably in the cafeteria, like in line to get some food. Losheel will go. Will eventually get to sit at a table with you, with all of you. Yesterday night was heavy. Onyx is extremely unhappy by your presence here. Two of you are going extremely against what she represents.
And we're here to try to kind of like help repair that without really and I know I've never done anything that is directly against her, I guess, like actively or like intentionally, but like we're here to try to figure out a way to bring a better name to time magic and heal the issues that come with it. We want to do research with Strixhaven to figure it out because I can't help that I do this magic. It's what comes to me naturally, and it's if it's a magic that exists, why can't I? Why shouldn't someone be able to use it if it's something that exists and was created and like is here?
I think that
I'm sorry.
there's a big omen in the room right now. I don't understand what the issue is with Poppy and Priscilla being here when Larkingdale was running a school of Strixhaven and is a time mage as well. Why are you picking and choosing who can do this magic? Especially when Poppy is trying to be an ally to Strixhaven.
You are correct. This is unfair. It is how it is. I did not choose any of this. Sadly, I have to follow the whim of Onyx on this, or the Oracle. And each Oracle is different. They all have their own ways to see things. Arkandale was a special case, I guess. He was a good man. He was able to prove himself to...
Poppy saved the world twice.
Yes.
How much does she have to do to prove herself?
You did help a lot. And this is why Arkin and I were able to talk Onyx through. Again, as I said yesterday, she has been herself and she has trouble adapting to the Oracle.
Okay.
Which is the center point of magic on Arcavians. Obviously, part of her is rejecting the idea that you are trying to present. But I'm sure that the actual onyx. And this is what we were able to figure out yesterday, is open to the ID. The biblioplex is open to you. You're welcome to Strixhaven.
Oh. Why didn't you just start with that?
Yeah, there was a lot of emotions there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm a little.
I always like to have a sort of flair of the dramatic, and the first question you asked when we met was about the blood ritual, so kind of went through the motion. But yes, Arkin is also open-minded enough to understand that you are not trapped.
Okay. So, another question then, real quick, about Larkingdale's thing that kind of happened. He was a time. Did he ever do research about his magics or anything like that?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Arkin has all of his belongings with her.
Oh, okay. And that's at the other university?
Yes, at the academy.
At the academy. Okay. Gotcha. So we probably have to go there to look at some of his stuff then.
If they're truly important, we can have them move if need be.
I'm worried about Horizon moving on it.
Well, if you believe that Horizon can move through the currents, I guess that's a problem.
I don't know about that, but they're fast. I think they're tricky, really powerful, apparently. So, maybe it would be a good idea to move it here if it can be done quickly. But if I don't know,
I can ask Arkin to have it teleported here.
Okay, yeah, that would give us a really good opportunity to bounce some ideas around, I think.
Good.
Are there any professors here who have done any research with time magic, even if it's on the DL down low?
Not that I know of. Arkandale was unique.
Okay, fair enough. Then we'll just cross-reference his notes and stuff, and then I want to present kind of a case to Onyx about maybe conducting research, so that way you as professors are also informed about this stuff, maybe, and to show like what we're doing to help with the issue of time magic.
As they're talking about that, Zovril, your attention is mostly can find itself mostly focused on this big wolf in the room that's just passing through like these rows of benches and tables. Just can almost feel like it's taunting you, as it's from time to time just peering at you, just peeking a look.
Good. I guess some point after they finish talking about what they need to, Zovril would cut in and ask, do you guys happen to have any like creatures that are getting too close to the school that you need taken care of, like maybe out a little ways into the forest?
He will look at you with this sort of like puzzled look. I'm aware that you are mercenaries, but are you looking for work or yearning for combat? I feel like I'm at the loss here.
We'll say yearning for combat. That seems closest to the truth.
You will look even more puzzled, but
Did you really just say that to Losheel? Like, I'm not gonna all the truth.
But well, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of creatures you can find that will fill your appetite. I could look it up if you really need to exercise.
Well, I figured, if you had something that was causing some trouble that could be helpful for both of us.
I'll keep you updated on this. He kind of keep his gaze on you, like, and he clearly looks like okay, we're talking like important stuff, and this guy's like, do you have things to kill? Like, so yeah, he will look slightly confused by that. So, you are given access to all 3 stories of the Biblioplex. Obviously, you do not have access to the 4th one, the core. I would advise strongly that you do not venture there again.
Do
I don't
you
plan
oh,
to.
do you know if there are any like? I know that there's like I was told that there's like restricted areas. Is there things like about like time magic like in there anywhere?
I would assume that yes. I've never looked
Okay.
through it, but you're at the
Are we allowed in those spots as well, or?
yes.
Okay, that's all that I needed to know then. Okay, cool.
Just make sure that if you borrow a book, you pass
It
it
won't
through.
even- yeah.
Pass it through the front desk.
Yep.
And you bring it back in a week's time.
Okay, gotcha.
If you don't, there will be fees. You may not be students anymore, and he points at Zovril and Arastelle, but same rules apply.
Understood.
It won't be a problem. It won't be a problem.
Great. He will stand up, not finish his meal. Oh, that's been a long time. I hope they do find better food someday. So, I will keep you updated on your request, he says to Zovril. As for the rest of you, I wish you the best day. And he will leave you alone in the cafeteria with your breakfast meal. Definitely will go.
Did you leave the book with us?
I did
Yeah.
leave the book, yeah,
Okay.
to Arastelle. Definitely will just go, wow, that went well.
I don't know. Well, maybe it's because he's from Prismari, but why was he being so dramatic at the beginning there?
Yeah, I definitely thought he had smuggled the book to us, and that we weren't allowed to go in.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Maybe he was just trying to find like something as like a like saying like here's saving you some time type of situation. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like he probably had nothing better to do. He already gave his whole spiel, and it's just like Varen said, like she's so not busy because it's finals that maybe he just had spare time and he wanted to help us out ahead of time. And you asked him directly to help with finding that information because you gave it to him. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just really glad that we have access to the Biblioplex now.
yeah, no, it's gonna be great. We'll get so much good information. We'll be set.
Oh, Poppy, there was something that you wanted to talk about yesterday, but you didn't actually say.
Right. Well, we're gonna try researching it first. It's about the rifts, so I don't want to stress you out right now. But once we've tried to find some information on it, we'll come to you guys about it. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna have all of this information in like a few days, right?
Hopefully, if we can find something on it.
Yeah.
What about the rifts?
It has to do with closing them and like pushing them forward I have an idea on how to not push them forward, but there might be things guarding it that are like not from the rift, but they're like part of it. But
Is there a
I don't-
specific rift? What are you talking about?
yeah, there is one that's nearby that we want to go take care of. It's like a half a day
Okay.
away. Yep. It's from when Priscilla was a student here. She was studying it, and it's about time to go and fix it. Just like how in probably a decade or so, I probably will have to go over to Durdur and fix some rifts there. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound sustainable.
No, and that's why I'm trying to figure things out. But I don't want to stress you out about it. I got a good idea on my head. I promise. But I want to look at Larkingdale's stuff first and check to see if there's anything from like the Bloody Age or whatever it was called, and see if there's like anything to like go off of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess let's head over to the Biblioplex then.
Cool.
So, once you're done with breakfast, you head over to the Biblioplex, and you're gonna get there in 2 weeks' time.